It's October 5th, 1892. In the bottom left corner of the relatively new state of Kansas lies the small town of Coffeyville, a place with a population of roughly 2,000 rowdy Americans. The setting is classic Wild West, and nothing is more Wild West than a good old bank heist story. In the middle of broad daylight, the notorious Dalton brothers are about to make their move.
The plan is simple. Step 1, walk into the bank. Step 2, grab the money. It's as watertight a plan as you can get.
No, that's too boring.
We have to make a name for ourselves, guys. We need to achieve something truly remarkable, something that will be remembered.
See? Why rob one bank when you can rob two?
You do realize we are only like 5 people, right, big bro?
If anything happens, just scream across the road and we'll run over to help.
All right, off we go. This is the dumbest heist in history.
He said the thing. Historically Facts, Part 9.
So, before we dive headfirst into the absolute circus that was this heist, let's get a quick history lesson on our ambitious robbers.
The Dalton brothers, Bob, Grat, Emmett, and their lesser-known accomplices Dick and Bill, actually started out on the straight and narrow side of life. They even joined law enforcement as deputies, believe it or not, chasing outlaws themselves. Their older brother Frank has been a respected deputy marshal too, until he was gunned down by some whiskey runners. After that, the younger Daltons took one look at the law, went, nah, we're good, and jumped to the other side.
Also, it turns out that chasing bandits pays like dirt. But being one, that's where the real money is at. Who would have guessed? Thus began their illustrious career as cattle rustlers, train robbers, and general. Eventually, the brothers made enough noise to earn their spots as wanted poster celebrities,
Becoming notorious enough to believe their own hype. And that's exactly what led them to this absolutely genius idea.
Fast forward back to the heist day. The Dalton boys were ready to achieve criminal immortality.
Bob's foolproof plan went as follows.
Bob and Emmett Dalton would hit the First National Bank.
Now, obviously, if your master plan to escape financial stress involves robbing 2 banks in your own hometown, you might want to reconsider your options.
Fortunately for you, my friend, there's a smarter, less felony-prone solution. PDS Debt, the partner of this video.
Do you ever look at your bank account and think, wow, that sure is a nice color? Yeah, that's called debt, and it's not your fault.
Credit card debt, medical bills, student loans. It's like the system is designed to keep you broken on purpose.
But there is a way out.
PDS Debt has already helped over 100,000 people escape debt. And they're not some shady scam in a basement. They've got an A+ rating from the BBB and thousands of 5-star reviews. They will make you a custom plan built around your life, not someone else's spreadsheet.
So, if debt got you in a chokehold like a 14th century tax collector, go to pdsdebt.com/historically for a free assessment. At around 9:30 a.m., dressed in totally inconspicuous fake beards and mustaches that fooled precisely no one, the brothers began their legendary heist. The gang tied up their horses in a nearby alleyway and approached the two banks with their guns drawn. Once again, in broad daylight.
It shouldn't come as a surprise to you that 5 Gandalf lookalikes walking aggressively towards the local banks while wielding Winchester.
Also, I forgot to mention this before, but the Daltons literally grew up in this town.
Everyone instantly recognized them. Nice beard, Bob. Love the stash, Emmett.
Wait a minute! You guys aren't! The Dalton brothers are robbing the banks!
With their covers blown before the heist even started, word spread like wildfire.
And mind you, this is the Wild West. No insurance policy if your precious gold gets stolen from the bank. If your gold is gone, it's really gone. In the eyes of the townsfolk, the Daltons weren't just robbing the banks, they were robbing the townsfolk. The people rushed towards the banks to check if the rumors were really true.
Gosh darn, they really are robbing us. Anyone brought a gun? You know why it's important to scout a bank before robbing it?
This is why. There was a hardware store right next door to the banks, practically overflowing with firearms and ammunition. Townspeople, from stable owners to shopkeepers, rushed into the hardware store, quickly arming themselves with rifles.
Pistols and shotguns.
Within minutes, an angry, heavily armed mob awaited the robbers outside. Meanwhile, the Daltons were blissfully unaware. The trio inside the Condon Bank, Grat, Dick, and Bill, rushed into the vault.
That was by sheer luck open.
Unfortunately, the gold was in a secondary safe within that vault that was locked with a 10-minute timer.
That wasn't true, by the way. The manager of the bank made it up.
But the Daltons, in their Omega brain, believed the guy and decided to wait 10 minutes for the safe to unlock. Seriously, none of you has the bright idea to just try to unlock the damn thing to see if what he says is true?
And none of you starts to feel a bit anxious that the streets are eerily quiet?
The officer, who was left outside on the sidewalk, saw the two civilians getting shot and ran over to the next-door hardware store to score himself a rifle too.
They tied down the officers and customers and forced the employees to yank the vault and safes open. Instantly, they put the gold and cash in sacks on their back. And just like that, they were ready to move out. They grabbed the officer and, using him as body cover, they slowly walked out the front door. Their plan was to cross the street, meet up with Grat, and together head back to the horses. Not sure how they would get through the crowd, but yeah. Before they got to leave the bank though, a banker hiding outside emerges from cover and starts to unload his revolver towards the duo.
Big bro, I don't think going this way is a wise decision. Perhaps we should retreat through the back door instead. You make an excellent suggestion, little bro. By utilizing the back door and avoiding the main street, we minimize the chance of us getting shot.
Let us retreat back into the bank and try this new plan.
Back to the trio. While they were patiently waiting for the safe to open, they heard the volley of gunshots at the opposite side of the street and rushed out of the vault to see what was happening. Knock! Knock! And they also got a volley of gunshots flying through the door and windows. I know we are actively getting shot at, and the longer we wait, our window to escape gets narrower. But I really like gold. Back to the trio. While they were patiently waiting for the safe to open, they heard the volley of gunshots at the opposite side of the street. A young, courageous lad jumps from behind the corner, whips out a revolver and orders the two Daltons to surrender.
No, you surrender, or we will shoot. No! My righteous heart, and God forgive me, I cannot let you go!
We don't have time for this. Let's go.
Bob and Emmett then made their way to the end of the back alley and peeked over to spot the massive crowd unloading their guns into the Condon Bank. They also spotted an older male holding a Winchester, intensely aiming at the front door of the National Bank. It was clear that he was trying to get the jump on the two brothers when they would eventually reveal themselves at the front door for the second time.
Love the enthusiasm, but the building has some more doors, pal. Holy cow.
Don't pick up that object, fella. The third individual is incapacitated during the escalating encounter.
The officer, who was left outside on the sidewalk, saw the two civilians getting shot and ran over to the next-door hardware store to score himself a rifle too.
He then took the nastiest angle in all of shooting history and waited for the Daltons to cross the street.